And today, we and he and we, two have one life. And that life is not our life, but his life. Christ and we and Christ are just one. We live together. Amen. He and we live together. When he live together, his life is our life, and our living is his living. Amen. He lives in our living. This is the normal Christian living. And this living that is up to standard. And this living that meets God's requirements in God's economy. Firstly, he told us we should let what? We should let the peace of Christ arbitrate in our heart. And secondly, we should let the word of Christ inhabit us. These two things you couldn't find in any other books of Paul's writing. No. Only in this. Only in this book. And this thought, lighting the peace of Christ arbitrate in your heart, is altogether new. And rather, I would say, it's altogether strange. It exhausts our study to understand it. Do you understand it? What is Christ's peace arbitrating in your heart? Oh, it's hard to say. And not only so, the voice, the way he advises us is also different. Why? He says, let the peace of Christ arbitrate in you. Let the word of Christ inhabit you. Well, let me say this. This indicates what? This indicates the peace of Christ is here. Whether you let it do his function or not. The peace of Christ is here. Whether you let this peace of Christ do its function or not, this is up to you. The word of Christ is here. Whether this word of Christ does its function or not is up to you. So you have to let it. You have to let it do its work. Let the peace of Christ arbitrate in you. Let the word of Christ dwell in you. Today, the problem is not with the peace of Christ, neither with the word of Christ. The problem today is with you. You don't let the peace of Christ work. You let the word of Christ work. It's altogether a very strange point with a very strange tone. Absolutely different. You must see Colossians. This book to Colossians stands by itself. Very striking. It stands out very much in a very striking, particular, strange attitude, I would say. This book holds a very strange attitude. Then, over all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfectness. Then, it says, and. You put on so many spiritual virtues, and let the peace of Christ. Peace of Christ arbitrate in your hearts. Think over what it is. What is this? Something in you to arbitrate. After Paul revealed to them the high vision concerning Christ, after Paul made known to them that the new man today is just Christ, right? In this new man, no this, no that, no Greek, no Jew. The philosophical Greece should not be here. You see, the miraculous Jews should neither be there. Right? They all should not be there. In this new man, only Christ. Christ is all and in all. After this, he charged them to do one thing. That is to take care of the peace of Christ. There's something that is called the peace of Christ. We all have to realize we do have this something within us. We do have this peace of Christ. Peace of Christ. Let me tell you, what is peace of Christ? If you are going to understand the peace here, you have to go to Ephesians 2:15. Christ in himself created of the two peoples one new man, so making peace. And this is peace. In the new man, no Greek, no Jew. In the new man, no slave, no free man. You see, in the new man, no what? Uncircumcision. No circumcision. No this, no that. In the new man, no different ranks, no different races, no different peoples, no different nationalities, but Christ. And this is the oneness. I tell you, and this is the peace. When this oneness is being practiced, who is going to be our arbitrator? Not you, neither me, but the peace of Christ. What is the peace of Christ, dear ones? Dear saints, before we come to the book of Colossians in this training, have you ever realized that within you there is kind of arbitrate? Or an arbitrator. We never read this way. Right? But actually, an arbitrator was there and still there all the time. We do have something. We do have something. Right? We do have something. But the point is, we have to realize within us an arbitrator. And it can quarrel, debate, it can game, eventually, whatsoever, the arbitrator says, that's it. The final decision. You look into the note here, the note says, this word arbitrate also means be enthroned. Yeah? Be enthroned as a ruler and decider of everything. So this is why some versions says ruled. Yeah, let the peace of Christ rule in you. It is not wrong, but it doesn't give us a clear view of this meaning. This meaning implies a kind of arguing situation, a kind of a fighting situation, a situation full of complaint. Yes or no? Yes, no. No, yes. This party, that party, another party, and so forth. Then we all must let the peace of Christ, that is the oneness of the new man, arbitrate in your heart. that this peace of Christ, that is the oneness of the new man, say a word, and say the final word. I hope that this is made clear.